So what we're going to talk about today is how to really help your coaches advance. I know a lot of you guys that are in this group with us, you guys are kind of like at that point where you basically just, you know what I mean? I'm going to actually mute you guys just in case anybody else comes on. But basically that's kind of where you guys are. Like, we're good at recruiting. Like, you guys kind of have the flow. Like, you have all of your training down on how to help yourself. But now it's kind of like you're at that point where you need to start training other people on how to duplicate what you're doing and the right flowage of what to do with your coach. And I'm not talking about like what to do with your coach like the second they sign up. Like, you guys know, we already went through that system of like send them a welcome email and all that crap. Now we're talking about like the second you set up a GSR call all the way until they hit diamond. Like, what are the right things to talk about on each call with them, how to really get out their goals and their why, so that way you guys can help them on their journey to their end result, like whatever it could be. Okay, so obviously you guys will know, like, when you sign up a coach, like what kind of a person they are. Like, if they're going to be a runner, you remember to put them in like the runner category. If they're just going to kind of hang out, and obviously if they're a discounter, you can just check in them like maybe once a month. But as far as your runners, when you guys have a GSR call, you want to have your call with your new coach within 2 days. Okay, guys, 2 days minimum. You have got to get them on a call. It doesn't matter if it's a Zoom call. It could just be a regular phone call, or if you're close by them, meet them in person for like a coffee. Okay, but within 2 days. And that is because you don't want your coach to kind of lose their momentum, because they're super excited because they just signed up and you just welcomed them to your team page. And there's all this excitement. Like, I know when I first signed up, I never had notifications on Facebook. And when Sarah Tri put me in the Triceps group, I had all these people welcoming me. And I was like, oh, this is nice. And I was excited and I wanted to do something with this. Because when you start, you're just kind of like, well, I don't know what to do. But I'm excited. So you want to keep that excitement moving. So that's why you guys want to have a GSR call within 2 days, like a non-negotiable 2 days. Okay. Even if you can't get them on a Zoom, just get them on the phone. Just have some sort of like voice to voice interaction. Okay. So within 2 days, you want to have your GSR. Now on your GSR call, your GSR should only be 30 minutes, because your time is very valuable and you guys are doing the 20 and 30 and you don't have more than a half an hour to give up. Okay, so keep your GSR call, oh my God, Brooke, I can't, to 30 minutes. I'm like going to go get a stuffed animal that just like, I can't, just to like hold in my lap and pretend that I have something. So 30 minutes. Okay, so on your GSR call, what you first want to do is just talk about, like, get to know them a little bit better. Like, I usually like to start my GSR call just like, hey girl, like, what's going on? Like, just to start off as a friend, basically, okay? Just, talk to them about where they are, tell them what they'll be getting in their coach package, because you get all those DVDs and you get that little coach booklet and stuff. So go over what they're going to get. Go over again what the group is, your team page is, and what is a files tab. I usually talk about that too, because most people don't even know that files are even an option on Facebook. So I tell them about the files tab in the group. I tell them what the team page is really about. And then I go through the training pages with them. And then I just like, okay, so like, maybe like how much time a week do you think you can give to me, like give to Beachbody starting? Like, ask them that. Even though they're going to fill out that survey for you, still ask, because it's different when you write it down on a piece, like on a survey, than like saying it to the person that's going to like keep you accountable. It's a little different. You're like, oh shit, I guess like an hour. So like whatever they can give starting out, make it seem like it's the best thing in the world. Like, make them feel really comfortable and easy, and like it's cool. Like, if you can only give me 15 minutes a day, that's fine. Like, I'll tell you exactly what you should be doing in those 15 minutes. Okay, so once you kind of get them talking, feel them out. And then what I always do is I talk to them about committing to helping 3 people a month. Okay, so I kind of just lead right into Success Club. And I don't call it Success Club because I feel like Success Club is just like one of those weird words that you just don't really understand until you're like in it. And helping 3 people a month sounds so much less intimidating than Success Club and points. So I don't mention anything about points. I don't mention anything about Success Club. I just mention that you want to help 3 people a month. And then I talk about Success Starters. I talk about this cool thing that's called Success Starters. And I usually say it's this really exclusive thing that you want to get right away. Because not that many, oh, you can unmute yourself. Do you have a question?
What is the, like, honestly, like, I don't even know. Like, what is Success Starter? Can you explain?
How I say it is, this is probably like exactly what I say. I'd be like, so there's this thing called Success Starters, and that's going to be the first benchmark goal that we want to make for you. And we want to make this your goal because, one, you'll be doing your job of helping 3 people a month, right? Because that's the whole point. You want to help people. So you'll be making your personal goal of helping people. You'll also, if you get Success Club, or if you're a Success Starter, you also get a call with Carl Deichler, our CEO. I say not many coaches get it. It's one of those really rare things. You get a free ticket to Summit, that really cool Nashville trip that did you see me take last year? You know, because I was in Nashville with all my coaches and friends. That really fun trip. You'll get a free ticket to that. And then also, if you get a Success Start, if you're a Success Starter, that's something that you can kind of put at the end of your name. So like when you go to events, they always give Success Starters a shout out because it's something not many people are able to do. Because, you know, if you're talking to a peacock, they're going to love that. So you want to hit all of those points. You want to hit that you'll get recognition. You want to hit that you're helping people because that's your golden. Your golden retriever is the one that cares about helping people. Your peacock is the recognition. And then your owl is the one that loves all the details.
Mara?
Yeah.
So you mean like the Health Mart I'm doing? Events like that? What events are you talking about that I should
like Super Saturday Beachbody events.
Oh, okay. So not like the Health Mart event I'm doing right now.
No. So like when you go to Super Saturday, you guys know that they call out Success Starters. Like any Success Starters in here, and you can be like, wah-wah, and you'll be like one of 3.
Oh, so like the next Super Saturday, even though that happened for me in the beginning, I can still say.
You will always be a Success Starter.
Oh, okay.
So that's another extra like little title thing that you'll get as a brand new coach for doing this. So that's exactly how I explain it to my coach, to my brand new coaches. But see how I explained it? It's super like chill. You're just like, it's no big deal. Like you'll get this awesome name behind your name and you'll be a Success Starter and you'll get a free ticket to Summit and all this stuff. And then that's kind of it. And then I tell them like, okay, so I want you to go to my Acuity, whether you have Acuity or not. But if you don't have an Acuity, I want you guys to set up your next call before you end your first GSR. And that's it. There's your 30 minutes. Okay, so you're going to set up your next call and explain to them the importance and the value of all of the calls that go on during the week. Be like, you and I will have a one-on-one together. Then there's the weekly team call. And then there's also the national wake-up call every Monday. So tell them those are the 3 things also that they have to pay attention to. And don't worry, we'll post the link and everything that you need to know in the team page. So don't worry. And you're done. Okay, but make sure you guys set that next call up with them, and you want to have weekly one-on-ones. And you guys know the value of a one-on-one. You can tell the difference. Like I still stalk Sarah Try sometimes when I feel like I just need a one-on-one. You can just feel it. And I think it's honestly kind of proven too. If you're having one-on-ones and if you're having accountability with your coach or somebody like higher than you, you're going to stick with it easier. And that's what you want. Like you want to help your coaches, and this is the first step. Okay, so then you're gonna want to set up that next call. And then what I also would recommend guys doing is getting like a cute little notebook. And what I do is I went to Target and I got just like a 3-ring binder, and mine's really small. It's not very big, but I have files. Like I made little tabs for each of my coaches, like all of my PS coaches. I even have a tab for GSRs. So like anytime I have a GSR call, I'll keep that log in a GSR place. But you guys want to keep track of like things that you talk about You want to write down goals that you set with your coaches. I even write down husbands' names, spouses' names, pets' names, kids' names. Like I was talking to, like even like random things that they say. Like I remember I was talking to Harmony once and she was talking about how much she loves socks. Like, okay, girl, if you love socks, I'm gonna go get you some bomb ass socks if you do this. You know what I mean? So like if they mention something in your call that you're like, ooh, all right, write those little things down so that way next week when you guys talk to them, you can remember those tiny little details that are going to mean so much to your people. You know, like it's those little moments like, oh my God, she remembered. Even if you're kind of cheating, but I'm a spaz and I can't remember jack shit. So I have to write everything down. It's just the truth. Okay. So then obviously based on their goals, you're going to want to kind of gear your one-on-ones to that. Okay. But in between your one-on-ones, you want to just kind of maybe like keep an eye out for them. So instead of like just randomly like scrolling through Facebook, like go to their pages. Look at their posts. So then that way next time you can kind of like critique them and you can kind of help them out. Do you know what I mean? So like I know whenever I see one of my coaches like putting all of their hashtags on Facebook, I take a screenshot of it and I'm like, no, let's learn from this. This is why you don't want to do that. So that way it's kind of like you guiding them and helping them with tiny little things that a lot of times people just don't know. Like a lot of people don't even know what a hashtag really means or what it could do for your business. Okay, so for your runners, what you want to do on your second call with them is introduce Emerald. So like right away, let's just like make Emerald your next benchmark. Okay, I usually encourage Emerald to happen within their first 30 days. Even if it doesn't happen, just set that goal and set that expectation for them. Okay, so I usually tell them about Emerald within 30 days, and I try to keep it very simple because you know how it can get confusing with the legs and the PV, like it's just a lot. So I usually say, okay, like do you have anybody in mind right now that you think would make an amazing coach? Or can you think of somebody that would benefit from getting a discount on Shakeology every month? Or do you and your spouse plan on drinking Shakeology every month? Or do people ask you about Shakeology? Because you could get packets under someone else's account. See where I'm going? So you just want to ask those little questions. Like get them thinking about people that they could also bring on as coaches right away. Okay. And then depending on what they say, just tell them to write a list. I talk about brain dumping. And then this brain dumping list also becomes their contact list. Okay. So now you're getting them started making a contact list on week 2. Your second call with them is when you want to just kind of mention this stuff. Okay. And then depending on, you'll feel it, like if they are catching on kind of quick, then I might talk about exactly what Success Club means. Just because they'll probably see that word floating around anyway in our group pages, because especially in January, like we want to get, double points for our trip. So I'll usually talk about those things on week 2. So I try to set the Emerald date and talk about Success Club on the second call. Okay. And then, seeing how we can make them Emerald, basically. So you want to kind of come up with like a game plan. And then I usually ask them to send me their contact list 2 days later. Like I'll give them 2 days, like, okay, and then email me or message me or take a screenshot if you handwrite it, like whatever. Just show me your list. You have 2 days. And then what I want you to do after you create your list is I want you just to start talking to these people. Like just create that friendship again. Don't talk about anything Beachbody. Just, mention what you're doing right now. And that you're really excited to be on this new journey yourself. And then just throw in like, hey, how was the new year? Or, hey, how are you doing? Long time no talk. I just got a new puppy. I don't know. Yeah, we can, Alicia. Before I forget what my train of thought is, we'll come back to that. So that's kind of what you'll do on the second one, is talk about emerald. The third one, you want to try to almost reiterate the importance of emerald. And you want to talk about how it's going to help them. But I also try to talk about goal setting, creating their own challenge group, or a free group. So depending, you'll feel out your person if they're like, just like when Leah signed up, she signed up and like 2 days later she had like Success Club 20. So like obviously like she doesn't need to run a free group because she's got people, you know what I mean? But if you're not crazy like Leah, then maybe you want to tell your coach about starting a free group. And you can talk to them about the free groups that you ran or your challenge groups that you run, what's really, really worked for you and what hasn't worked. And then that way, and then on your call together, come up with a theme and then pick a date, a start date together on this call. So this is another way you're going to keep them accountable, because now they're going to tell you their start date, and on that day, have them do a post about it. So like your homework on week 3 call is going to be to post about your new group that you're starting. Okay, so like encourage them to do that and be like, make sure you tag me in your post. Okay, encourage the tagging, because then you'll see it happening, and it'll also be really cool on your profile too, because then it'll be like, oh, what's going on over here? And people on your newsfeed will see it also. Okay, you can also tell them if they're really intimidated to team up with somebody else. If you have another new coach, or you know another new coach was just brought on, then encourage them to maybe get together. They can run it together, or they can join you in yours. Okay. And then by week 4, you should have like kind of like a final game plan about emeralds. Like ideally, they'll be emerald by this time. And then what I usually do is I try to encourage the free groups, the training groups, make sure they finish all of their training. And by week 4, you kind of want to have like a check-in of like, okay, so we're here and you should have finished your 3-week training. Now where do you feel like you go? Do you want to go through another round of basic training, or are you ready to go into a diamond push group? And I don't want to call it diamond push, but just for you guys to know, that's the journey you want to take them. You want to go right from emerald to diamond, and then as you talk about diamond, I think we put a lot of pressure on diamond. Oh, and another thing too, Stacy and I were talking, we are going to encourage our coaches, it's just like random, to hit emerald again and again and again. So almost make emerald be their goal every month. And then hopefully that can be your diamond in 90 days. Because 2 people sounds like, oh, emerald is just 2 people. But then you go to diamond and you're like, diamond is 8 plus 2 emeralds, so you're like 12 people. And you're just like, wait, I was just at 2 and now I need 12. And sometimes it gets really overwhelming. So we're gonna try to change our lingo and talk about hitting emerald every month. So just emerald. 1 and 1, 1 and 1, 1 and 1 every month is just for your goal to hit emerald in Success Club. Just so you know. And then you don't have to say it like that, but say it, with that in the back of your mind. Okay. And then based on what they say, like if they want to go, push even harder, then we're going to have like a sponsor and prosper group, but for newbies pushing for like diamond and above. So it'll be a little bit more advanced training, but it's going to still be basically a push for diamond. Okay. And then as your one-on-ones go, you'll just sort of, everybody's goals are going to be so different, so it's hard for us to say, talk about this, this, and this. But this is kind of like a good outline for you guys just to kind of get started with your coaches, okay? And if you guys want, what I've done is I've sat on a GSR call with my coaches. So if any of you guys feel kind of weird about your GSR calls, let Stacy and I know, and we can sit on that call with you. And then that way we can kind of like help guide you to what you should be saying, the topics, and quick and easy, like super easy breezy, like, no big deal. Diamond is not a big deal. I can do it. You got this, girl. super like casual, okay? But try to keep your one-on-ones to 30 minutes. Sometimes they're going to go like longer, but my goal is 30 minutes. But I'm a talker, obviously. So sometimes that doesn't happen. But also another tip for you guys as leaders, like make sure when you're setting up your calls with your coaches, it works for you. So if somebody says that they want to talk on a Sunday morning at 8 a.m., sorry, you can't. They're like, these are my hours. Like, what can you work? That's why I have Acuity. That's why you guys should also have Acuity, because you can pick your hours. Like, this is a business, guys. This is your job. You don't want to be working 24 hours a day, right? You would hate your job if you did. And you don't want that. Like, you want to be in control of it. So if you haven't, make an Acuity, and it's free, and you can send out a link, and then they can make a call with you based on your schedule. Okay, so make sure you guys set that up. And then also, as you're going, remember to try to pay attention to the personalities of the person that you're talking to. And really try to bring it back to, like, what's most important to them. Like, if family is that important to them, throw family in their face. You know, like, I know that by hitting this goal, you will get this. So if you just constantly bring back their why to them, it'll keep it in their mind. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about it? Feedback, comments, add anything?
I have a GSR call today, so this is super helpful.
Oh, good. Yeah, 30 minutes in and out, and just like, and sometimes we word vomit on our coaches, and you basically want to just try to keep it as simple as you can. And by talking about success starters is Emerald and Success Club without saying those words that can scare people away and that intimidate us. Okay. And that's the cool thing too. Like, I mean, Carl Deckler is amazing. Anytime you can listen to that man talk, I mean, I just want to cry. Like, so that's just something that I tell my coaches. I'm like, when you get a call with Carl Deckler, like, that's not, like, that's a big deal. It's a really big deal. Not many coaches get success starters, guys. Like, there really aren't that many. Like, the top superstar diamond coaches, I heard a stat, I don't remember who it was, but like, she only had 15, and she's like a 2-time 15-star diamond. Like, she's only had like 16 PS coaches hit success starters, and she's a top coach. So not many people do success starters. So that's what you want to like share with them, because then they'll get excited too. They'll be like, "Ooh, I want this," and it'll keep that excitement going. Okay. So just think about when you talk to your coaches, you want to start your calls off as a friend, and then halfway through you want to put your coach hat on and turn into the coach that they need. The coach that's going to mentor them and help them and take them through this journey. Okay? So you want to kind of play two roles. You want to be a friend, but then you need to be that person that tells them what their goals have to be for the business side of things. Okay? Like, you know, obviously like the health and stuff, like they can handle, but business stuff, it's like you have to go from being like a different person to this new like leader role. Like, you have someone's life in your hands. Like, you got to kind of take that. I always, I ask them too, like, what's the best way to communicate? I'm a texter, but a few of my girls love to chat on the phone. But you know, whatever, right? Fine. Some girls love Facebook Messenger. Don't like, you know? So I have one girl that sends me like paragraphs of emails. Okay, fine. That's how you roll. Fine. I'll adjust. So find out the best way that they like to communicate. And then I would just start building your friendship also outside of your one-on-ones and outside of Facebook world. So you can send them random text messages. And if you see something on Facebook that they did, send them a text message and be like, "Oh my God, that was amazing." You know, just build that relationship up. You know, like when you're on your call, talk about what they did last weekend. Talk about, you know, like their plans, what's going on in their life. Because you want to make them like your best friend, because that's eventually what they're going to become. But you really want to focus on that friendship also, because relationships are going to be so important and they're going to be key. Okay, so really honing in on your friendships. Alicia, you had a question. Can you unmute yourself? Thank you. What was your little pop-up?
Just for like when we send out the email system and we get them to sign up. Because in that first email for the runners, it's got the survey and the link to set up the calls with you. Like, do we just leave that or?
It's up to you. I've had some girls leave it, and then when they make their GSR call, I would tell them, and then the three of us have gotten on it. That's what I've been doing.
Okay.
And then I send them the survey.
Gotcha. Okay, I just wasn't sure about that.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. I mean, the reason that I have it set up like that is so that way it's less work for you guys right now, because this time next year is when you want to be having your own emails, having your own trainings. But for this year, 2016, don't worry about any of that, guys. Don't worry about creating your own trainings, creating your own systems. Don't do any of that. Utilize what we have. And then in 2017, you can implement yours because you'll be a 5-star elite and you'll have some more time.
Okay.
So for now, you can use my link from the emails, send it out, and then when they actually do set up a JSR, I can let you guys know. And then if you want, we can do one all together, or you can just make your own GSR and I don't need to be involved at all.
Yeah. Okay.
So when I get the notification, then I will let you guys know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay, but honestly, guys, don't get caught up in doing your own team pages and doing your own team names and all of that stuff. It's amazing, and I do think you guys should have, a team page, and you should have a team name because it's going to, create this sense of community, and you're going to have, your tribe, and you're going to have your own mission statement, and your team is going to become, its own little brand of people. But I don't want you guys to get caught up in it because you want to focus on these relationships and helping your coaches advance. Okay. So another thing that, so we're going to talk about Emeralds being a repeat each week. So on your on your calls with your coaches, you just want to always bring up, okay, so who do you think would be a great coach? Who do you think would be a great coach? Do you know anybody? Let's get you to Emerald. Because then blah, blah, blah. And then let's just duplicate that again next month. Who do you think? So by you constantly asking them who's on their contact list and who they're talking to, it forces them to stop what they're doing and be like, oh. Because you guys know when I call you out, you're just like, oh, fuck. Right? So do that for your coaches. But figure out, obviously, what personality type they are, and then you can kind of gauge how to say that. So a golden, if you guys are talking to a golden retriever, I would say, who do you want to help this month? Because a golden retriever is really driven by helping people. If they're a rhino, how many success clubs points do you want to get? You know what I mean? A rhino loves numbers and statistics. So if you're talking to a runner, be like, okay, go ahead, 7 people this month. You know what I mean? And then they'll be like, oh, 7, check, 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 check. Okay, so that's how you're going to talk to your your rhinos. Your owls are really detail oriented. So maybe your owl, you can kind of be like, okay, so by doing this, right, by talking to this many people, this will happen. And then because you did this, this will happen. And this, and this, and this, and it'll bring you to this. So if you lay it all out, their roadmap, if you do a roadmap for them, they'll understand it a little bit better because they're driven by details. And then your peacock. If you make Success Club, I'm going to give you the biggest shout out on all of my social media. You can host a team call if you do this. You will be one of my leaders if you do this. You will be ranking, dancing, and getting shout outs, and because peacocks love the recognition and they love to be the center of attention. So always keep in the back of your mind these 4 personality types and how you can really hone in on exactly what they need and what they want. And that's going to be what this is all about when you guys are talking to your coaches. Okay. Obviously, we want to try to get them to diamond within 90 days. That's my personal, really big push goal for this year, guys, is to hone in and perfect the system. I want our team to have the best system for training new coaches, not recruiting. I want the best training system that's easily duplicatable for you to teach, to teach, to teach. That's my goal for this year. And that's how we're going to start off in January. So I'm thinking of all of my new coaches as like my testers. They're my experiments. Aren't they lucky? They're my experiment. That's what I'm calling it. So if I totally bomb, it's just an experiment. But what I'm doing with them is my goal for all of my new coaches is diamond in 90 days. So that's what we're going for. If you guys think about it. So when you start your GSR call, I want you guys to have in the back of your mind what 90 days is. What is it going to look like for them? If you want them to hit diamond, so like let's be real. So February, exactly 1 month from now, you guys might not be at 2-star. That's okay, right? You will be in May. Yes? All of your heads should be nodding. Thank you. And I know Davina is too. And Brooke. Okay, thank you. So think about it. May 17th or 18th, whatever. Let's just say May 12th. Let's bring it up one more week so we have a week buffer. Oh, that's your birthday? Yay! Christina's birthday is going to be our push date. We're going to have a big old celebration. We're going to get shit-faced on a Zoom call together on Christina's birthday, celebrating everybody going into 2-star call. It's going to be amazing. So get ready for it. So if you think about May as your end goal, what do you need to do today to make that happen? Like, map it out for yourself. Like, what does this look like? What are key things that can help me there? So, like, I even made this thing. I made this roadmap kind of thing. Hold on, let me see if I can find it and pull it up. Otherwise, I'll share it. I'll share it in the thing. I'll share it in the page. But what I did was I made a map for the year. And in this map, it includes all of your really big, let me just pull it up because it was awesome. All of your big dates. It includes all of your events. Oh, here. Okay, wait, let me show you. Can you guys see it? Oh, hold on. Here. Okay, can you guys see okay? Okay. So here is your roadmap for 2016. I already made it for you. You guys don't have to worry about it. So here, okay? And look, I broke it down into seasons also. So this is how you want to think about the entire year. Okay, so January and February is our new sponsor season, meaning you want to start recruiting. Okay, March and April is when we're going to do all of our trainings and where you guys are going to move your focus from a 20 and 30 mindset to a now leadership, training, mentorship mindset. And then around April, May is when we really want to focus on rank advancing. So that way, your May 18th qualification is set. And then we're going to do the same thing again. So we're going to work in seasons. And then here are all of these really big important events and dates. Like, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but on like all of the national wake-up calls and even Eric Worre, all of these people are talking about events now. Like, in every single one of Eric Worre's videos this year, so far, he's mentioned one of the top things to do is get to events. So that's why I have all of these events here, because I want you guys to start sharing this a lot with your downline. So Stacy and I basically kind of need you guys to really get your teams and get people excited about events. So like when we post about Summit and stuff in like our team pages and we talk about it, like you guys tagging your team in those posts and encouraging them and talking them about them on your calls. Okay, so you want to try to make sure to get a lot of people to Super Saturday. Like by getting people to this Super Saturday in April it could be a make or break it for some people. Because you guys know the power of these events. Like a Super Saturday can really somebody could I brought a friend with me to a Super Saturday and she signed up that day with me before the event was even over. So that little April session could be your make or break it for getting somebody to diamond or you rank advancing for May. Okay, so we're going to kind of go in seasons. And that's going to be something that you can also focus on and really just at least you know what to do as far as you getting to your 5-star elite goal this year. Okay, so think in seasons. So right now, you want to put all of your energy into recruiting. And then once you're done recruiting, now you have all these people, and what are you going to do with them? Now you're going to focus in and hone in and help them train. The next Super Saturday is April 2nd, I think. Right? Yeah, April 2nd is what it said. Okay, so that's why I have these posts going up in our team page throughout all of the months about events. I want to always be talking about Summit. I want to always be talking about Super Saturday. I want to even talk about this new leadership conference that they have and their Success Club trip. These things are those things that can make your coaches really, really excited and help you make this benchmark goal of yours. Okay. So based on this map, your goal is May and it's January. So we literally have, what do we have? February, March, April, May. 4 months? That's amazing. That's so much time, guys. So much time. And if you think about it, you want to do emerald, 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 emerald. And then once you guys start recruiting, you want to pick out your people that are going to help you get to diamond, get to 2-star. So pick out those 2 people that are going to be your 2 stars. And those 2 people are going to kind of be the ones that you really hone in and help. Okay, and then what you want to do is basically take them exactly through what Stacy and I do with you. If you think about it, so you just want to take them on this journey of their end result of being diamond. And don't forget to tell them later on, around maybe April-ish or March, that they have to hold also for 6 weeks diamond. Because that 6-week hold period is just going to be so much fun, guys. So much fun. Davina's probably shaking her head, wanting to cry thinking about it. I know. 6-week hold period is super important. Okay. And they do, shitting myself. Wait until we go through 10-star qual. I'm going to shit myself. So you want to really focus and tell them about this 6-week holding period early on, so that way it's not some shock or something that you don't tell them, because they get the lifetime name. I will forever be a lifetime 5-star diamond, no matter what. If any one of my 5 diamonds drop, I can still say I am a 5-star diamond. I am a diamond. Okay, so when you go to those events, when you go to Super Saturday, if it doesn't say in your back office your current rank, you are still a lifetime. Okay, so you want to encourage them. You want to tell them about this lifetime stat. You don't want somebody to just get to diamond and then drop off within a week. That's not what this is about. And that 6-week holding period basically justifies that they're doing it. Does that make sense? Because your PV only lasts for 5 weeks, so that extra week is the little kicker where you're oh shit, I gotta do something. Okay, so make sure you guys throw in that 6-week holding period. And then we just gotta hold for 6 weeks. No big deal. Easy. It'll be fine. Stacy and I went through it. We can help. That's the beautiful thing, when you guys go through these things, think about this year as your year of experimenting and fucking up. So that way, when your coaches go for these big goals, you can be nah, don't worry, I got this. I already went through a lot worse. Okay. Did I miss any chat box questions? No? Okay, good. Does anybody have any questions or anything that you guys want to talk about? Because that's kind of all I got. Did that answer any questions? Did that help? Yeah. Also, if you guys want, 3-way calls are really, really great. I used to do 3-way calls with Sarah when I was building to diamond, because when I started, I got to diamond in 5 months or something. So I had no idea what I was doing. So Sarah sat on a 3-way call with me with my people that I was trying to rank advanced for Emerald. So if there's somebody that you're just kind of I don't really know what to do with this person, I've said all that I could, I followed your steps and they still aren't getting it, then let's do a 3-way, okay? So if you guys need to do a 3-way, go to Stacy and I, go to our Acuity and just book a regular one-on-one, and then in our comments, just let us know that it's not going to just be you. Like, who the fuck cares? 3-ways are amazing, and sometimes you just need that extra support. You know what I mean? Yeah, so if you want, like, let us know, and we'll do, like, a 3-way call. You have 2 girls that are what? Oh, one is.
They're like, they've been coaches for at least 8 months, and they're just, I keep telling them and telling them and telling them, but there's nothing. One of them is doing really decent, but the other one, like, she has these big goals and she's telling me all these big goals, but it's like, you have to do something about them.
Yeah, you have to find out what personality type she is. What is she?
Who are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Kylie.
Okay, and who else?
Tiffany. Tiffany is the one who sent out an enrollment and should be enrolled hopefully soon.
I feel like I've been seeing her more the past couple weeks.
I have been doing one-on-ones with each of them every week. Even though they've been coaches for so long, I feel like I didn't reach out to them in the beginning because I didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah.
So now I'm finally, okay, I need to do this. And so I think that's helping them a little bit more. But I feel like some of that, like, I keep telling her, like, you have these huge goals, you know, you want to make $30,000 with Beachbody this year. Well, you need to step up your game.
Oh, yeah. So what personality type is she?
I don't know exactly.
Well, if you could guess, she could be a combo. Like, what do you think?
I think she's like me because she's my cousin. Yeah, which is even worse.
Got it.
But I think she, like, I'm an owl and a peacock. No, owl and a golden, maybe? I don't remember. But that's what I think she is because she's very much numbers.
Mm-hmm. So
Like,
have you tried breaking it down, like as far as like numbers, like specific goals and stuff? And she's
yeah, because I tell her, I said, you know, talk to 10 people, 10 no's, usually equals one one yes, go that way, because that's really helped me.
Yeah.
But still, like, I don't know.
I mean,
just
sometimes there comes a point too where if you've been working with her one-on-one weekly for like 8 months, there has to come a time where you need to be like, look, my time is valuable. I don't, like, if you don't want this, that's totally cool, but I have to move my focus. And I've said that to a few of my coaches where I did this time last year. They were coaches with me for a long time, and they said that they wanted it, and they made calls with me, but there were no results. You know what I mean? Like, there was nothing happening, and I was just like, this is when I started doing my one-on-ones with Josh. He was basically like, you're spreading yourself too thin, and you're not getting anything from these people. Like, they're not even fueling you in a positive way. Like, every time I would talk to them, I felt bad because I felt like I wasn't doing my job. Like, why can't I get through to them? And he suggested being like, look, I can't give you my time anymore because obviously you don't say it like this, but like, I just, I want this for you, but I don't know if you want it for yourself anymore. So maybe just take some time, like maybe take like a week and really think about what you want out of this. And then we can maybe start up again. But I have really big goals, and I can only give I'm super busy. I can only really give my time to people that like truly want it. And if you don't, that's okay. Like, I won't be mad at you. Like, I want the best for you, but you have to communicate and tell me also, because I feel like I'm being a bad coach. I feel like I'm not doing my job. I feel like I'm letting you down. That's what you would say. I feel like I'm letting you down and I'm not doing my job with you. Like, how can we change this? Do you need some time off? Do you want to like just put on your big girl panties and go for it? Like, get them talking, ask them a lot of questions, because they might not want it, and it's okay if they don't. I mean, and if they don't want it, you don't want to be wasting your time. Like, you want to give your good energy to those who care and who want it just as bad as you do. You don't want to be like pulling people, you know, like that's going to be exhausting for you. You want people that are like right next to you and that are probably going to bypass you. So maybe say that, try that. If you've done like all the other stuff, like that's what I did. I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm not doing my job. What do you need? And then if they're like, oh, but I really do. And that's the thing too. Most of like when I said that, everybody was like, but I do want it. I'm like, all right, well then make a call with me, and then I need you to also figure out how I can help you stay accountable. Like, what do you need from me? Do you need me to check in on you every single day? Do you need me to call you at 7 a.m. to make sure you're awake? Because I've done that too. Like I do that with some of my girls. Like I'll text them at like 6 a.m. when they told me they were going to be awake. Y'all know I'm awake, so you know. So find out what they need from you, and just straight up ask them, "What do you need? How can I help you? Because I feel like I'm not doing my job with you." And that makes me sad, right? It like hurts your heart, and especially if she's your cousin. You're like, "Come on, girl!" Just want to kick them. Right? Probably want to punch her.
Yeah.
Like, get your shit together already, right? I mean, sometimes you just gotta be real, you know, and be honest with them and be like, look, what do you want? So try that. You know, and especially if you guys put it on you, it doesn't seem so threatening. And it's not like you're attacking them, because you're like, but I feel like this. And then you just got to kind of use your judgment and see like how you can split your time up. Because just like, you know, the healthy eating way of life, you want to eat good 80%, you want to eat healthy, and then the 20% is just kind of like, well, free for all. Like, oh, I'm going to have an extra glass of wine tonight. That's my 20%. But 80% of my life, my time, I'm really good. You want to do the same thing with your coaches. 80% of your coaches aren't going to really do anything. But those 20% really will. And those 20% are the people that you want to give your time to and your energy to. And if they're not fueling you either, like it's got to go both ways. You have to also enjoy them. They're part of your team and your family. Okay. So think about that too, your 80-20, and try to figure out what your 20% looks like. Like, who are your runners? And then ask them too today, like, if you guys haven't had a one-on-one with any of your PS coaches, ask them today. Like, send them a text message today and be like, hey, how's it going? I miss you. How's life? Just start up a conversation as friends. Okay. And then normally when you text somebody that's not doing anything with their business, the first thing that they'll say to you is, oh, I'm ready to work. They bring up Beachbody on their own because they know that they're not doing something, you know. So following up with your coaches and then asking your 20% what they need from you. Like, just straight up ask them, like, how can I help you make these goals happen? Just by asking that, it can be a big game changer for you, because then you know how to help them. If you don't know how to help them, then you're going to kind of be floundering around for a while. And that's what we don't want. Okay. So that's pretty much all I got for you guys. Does anybody else have any questions? Comments? Concerns? No? Okay. How is everybody, how are your people liking the emails? Is it silent because you guys are all on mute, or you just have no idea yet? Okay, well, one thing that I'm going to ask is when you guys do bring on coaches, when you send out their welcome email, you need to be in the training groups. So our training group is just going to kind of be an ongoing accountability group. And then once their 3 weeks are up, I need you guys to remove them from the group. So that's going to be your responsibility. Okay, because we want people to be added, but then taken out once their 3-week training is done, unless they want to go through the 3 weeks again. Oh, you stopped? Were you done? No? All right, I'll check. And I know a few of my emails aren't going out. Like, I have to really, like, maybe do, like, a screen share chat thing with MailChimp because, like, I just can't. Some people aren't getting them at all. Some people are getting them randomly. So, like, I mean, it's obviously, like, on my end, like, this is still a work in progress. So, I mean, I don't really know any either. But if you guys signed up for all 3, you should be randomly getting ones also for your challenge groupers and your discount coaches. Okay, but I'll look into it. That'll be on my to-do list, is these emails. But once you guys send out that welcome email, I need you to make sure you're in the training groups and you're also checking in. And don't just check in on your coach, please. Like, if you see a question or something floating around, answer it, please. And don't just be, specific to your one. Marina, did you sign up for all 3? It's so weird. I don't know. Some people just aren't getting them. So I'll look into it. But if you're not signed up for all 3, maybe enter in a new email address. I know sometimes Gmail throws me somewhere. I don't know where, but you know how when Gmail changed, they had all those different files. Sometimes I go into promotions. Sometimes I go into I don't know where I am. So I got to try to figure it out how I cannot go to spam. I don't know. I'll figure it out on Wednesday. So everybody stopped on Wednesday. Okay. So weird. Thank you. I'll check. Does anybody else have anything? No. What do you guys want to talk about next week? Can I ask you what you want to talk about? Do I need to unmute somebody? Okay. If you think of anything that you could benefit from Stacy and I on these calls, can you guys let us know? Because sometimes Stacy and I are like, well, you guys don't really need training. Like, we're done with the training. Like, we've given you all of the fucking tools already, Like, it's, right? I'm like, well, talk to people. Like, you guys know what to do. So it's kind of like, how else can we help? How else can we make you better leaders? Like, should we do, focus on, like, leadership stuff? Should we, like, all read the 21 laws of leadership? Thanks. Together and, like, have, like, a law of the day post discussion or, like, whatever it is. Like, things that you guys feel like maybe you need some extra help on. Even if we just keep these talks, like, these Sunday morning talks about your team and about your PS coaches and about how to build them up to diamonds. Okay. So, like, maybe let's think about that. Think about things that you guys would have loved to have when you signed up as a coach or as a brand new Emerald. Like, because I feel like some people get caught at Emerald. They get stuck. They can't go further, right? So maybe try to think today or, like, take, like, an hour or, like, 15 minutes and just kind of, like, maybe, like, write down a few things. Like, if I was told this or if I could have had this to continuously hit Emerald to people, how, like, what is it about signing on coaches? And then mentoring them. Okay. So just kind of think about these things. Like, or if there's a tool that you want to hand your coach. Like, I made that dictionary thing. Have you guys been using it? Wah, wah. Come on, guys. I made a fucking dictionary. You wanted it, right? Give it out. Talk about it. You could even pull up your dictionary on one of your GSR calls. Like, you can go through it and just hit the few that are important. Like, what else could we give you to give to your coaches? Like, I want to make this super easy and streamlined, like, very easy. So that way, when you guys bring on your coach and you get them to Emerald, then be like, okay, this is what you want to do with your coaches. Give them this. Help them. So that way, everyone's just break dancing all over the place. And then we'll be unstoppable. I don't know, you know? Okay, does anybody else have anything they want to share? Any takeaways? What are you guys most excited about doing today? You want me to stop recording? God, this is how it always is. Thank you.